Hello and welcome back to another Timeless video. We're going to look back on Senate Show and Tell again today. When I was first presented with the deck, I was seeing things in a very linear approach. Since then, I've had some more time to play this deck and explore many different lines of play that bring you across the finish line. I'd like to just go back over the core idea of the deck again. Of course, we are a show and tell deck. Resolving an Omniscience and Atraxa. These are very key spells, of course. That's not news to anybody. But how this deck abuses that fact is that getting your Atraxa starts the draw engine going. Omniscience, again, whatever you draw into, you're playing that for free. So, with ponders, stock ups, dig through time, you're drawing through huge chunks of your deck. Added to that, specific tutors to find what you're looking for. And again, what you are looking for are key cards like High Fey Trickster to give all of your spells flash. So, opponent may have a counter spell, opponent may try to remove, your Omniscience, your Atraxa, and it just won't matter because at that point, you are then just going to take any of these cards here, search for your Fey of Wishes, which then gives you access to your sideboard, which I'll cover in a minute. Drawing into a shared summons off of Atraxa, having it in hand and then being able to cast that with Omniscience again. Now you're into Fey of Wishes again, High Fey Trickster, or you can do Fey of Wishes, Atraxa, and all of these things give you access to your sideboard, which this time I have put together. So you have lines of play like Mastermind's Acquisition, looping that to go into your Approach of the Second Sun, casting it twice at flash speed. You can go the aggro route with Emrakul. You have so many different options with your sideboard. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I've decided to go back and make another video on this and really try and pick out the matches that'll show you various lines of play. Whereas, in the last video, it was just sort of, here it is, and, people conceding. And I don't really feel like I had enough playtime to show the audience what this deck can do and just how absolutely brutal this deck really is. It is a show and tell deck, but it plays out very much like a combo deck. Again, we have Tendrils of Agony, so if you want to pivot and turn into a Storm deck, you can do that. And again, looping into your Approach of the Second Sun, just win. That turn again. Your High Fey Trickster is turning these spells into flash speed spells, so your opponent just can't do anything about it, really. And in the meantime, to get you there, we do have 4 Force of Will, 3 Pact of Negations for protection. So when you are trying to resolve your show and tell, Atraxa, Omniscience, you do have these backups. We don't have to be afraid of using Pact of Negation because once this chain gets going, again, we're casting everything at flash speed. We're going to win that turn. It really doesn't matter. So we can freely use those when we have the pieces and, we know that we're just going to chain into it and win. So that being said, let's get into some games and let's see if I can show you some of the various routes that you can take to get across the finish line. And again, some of these lines are just absolutely brutal. I feel like we need to mulligan this. How much better this is, but I think we'll have to stick with this. Dig through time back, I suppose. And we can't vampire tutor end of this step, as we are digging for some sort of land. That's not exactly helping. I think end of this turn we will vampire tutor for Ancient Tomb and then stock up. See where we get to from there. Sure. Playing around days. Chromox for more mana, or do we just got the Skeleton, I think, at that point. Now we're looking for a show and tell. Sure. Let's see if they've got counter magic for this. I suspect they're digging for answers. Do we care about this? No. All right, so okay, never mind. Well, this is a fast hand. I think we'll. I think we can keep. I'm just trying to think of the line of play here. Omniscience. Okay, so that helps. So now we're just looking for a show and tell. Cinch. Well, let's start with this. Strip mine. Alright, well, we don't mind that. Factor negation, brazen borrower, shared summons. We have a waterlogged teaching, but that's not going to help us. So I think we'll take the lands. Slundi Vision. Feel like this is what we're going to be looking for here. Really need to find that show and tell. Well, they might. Some counter magic here. See what opponent does. Now, if we... I think we just go for the show and tell. I'm guessing they've got the Force of Will. It is the days. So you can see we now have force of will backup. So, as you can see, even if opponent had force of will backup, we were able to dig for it. We probably should have dug for it sooner, but we did end up getting force of will backup. Everything is being played at flash speed, so we're answering. So we're responding to our own spells, basically. That's what it comes down to. So yeah, they were dead in the water. We'll keep this, I guess. Ponder. Sure, we'll keep that. Conversely, I could have put Pact of Negation on. But depending on how things go and what we're up against, we might need that. Now we're hoping that our ponders will help us dig in time. Vampiric Tutor will get us what we need. I think we will Vampiric Tutor on opponent's end step for show and tell, and hopefully that will get us the win. Do we force this? I feel like we do. Waterlogged, grow mox. Show and tell? No. For shared summons. Trickster down. Tendrils is only at 6, so we're gonna go ahead with Mastermind Root. Can go for tendrils there. And good game. It's a bit slow in terms of finding the pieces, but maybe we'll get there. We'll open up with sewers. So it might not be faithless looting. Reanimator. We show and tell, we don't know what they have in their hands. I feel like we're gonna have to roll the dice and hopefully they don't have a grief. Or another Thoughtseize. Most likely they're just gonna reanimate right into Okay, so they were obviously waiting for that. Hopefully we're not walking into anything. Oh! Okay. I thought maybe we were walking into something really bad there, but I guess they were still digging. Alright, I think we got lucky there. That's good advice right there. Oh, this would have been such a good hand. I mean, any one land. We're gonna try and keep it anyways. Any untapped land and we should have the win. course, we are a very land light deck, so definitely in this format a very risky play. Well, looks like we're playing against some form of energy. Oh. Yeah. Well, we rolled the dice. It's not over yet, of course, but it very well could be. Hmm? Of course, Chrome Mox also gets us back into the game. Opponent. Huh? Alright, so we definitely got lucky there. I mean, obviously we are going to Omniscience, Traxa, and then just from there dig our way. We have so much draw that it wouldn't have mattered. We would have buried them, and we have a big body right there in the front there. So they're gonna be looking for static prison or something of that nature to try and combat us. But failing that, we're probably just gonna race them to the win. So yeah, good game. So hopefully this ponder will find us our third land. It does. Don't need another omniscience. Oh, no blue though. I feel like we need to respect the blue and play around any counter magic. We should be in a good place now. Okay, so we're gonna want to play around the days. Though we didn't really have to. we have Force Pitch Omniscience or not. Up to 6. Put the Trickster out. Think through time. And now we want our Fae Atraxa. And just going for the tendril skill. So conversely, we could have went with the mastermind route for the approach of the second sun kill, but I decided that I would also show that you can just storm off with Tendrils of Agony with this deck as well. So you know, if they would have had, say, Leyline of Sanctity, then obviously the approach of the second sun is the way that you want to go, or Emrakul if you want to go down the beatdown route. But then, of course, we also have Tendrils of Agony. So 3 different routes that we could go. And as you can see, lots of counter magic backup. Back for the wrap up, you'll notice that this deck list here is different than what was being played during the video. And that is because, as I said, the deck is evolving. We are working on it. Most notably the Pact of Negations. I've put 2 days in. I feel that the first couple turns having an answer for threats coming at you is very important. I had tried some duress effects as well. You know, to varying degrees they work. It's just a matter of trying to find what really works for you in your playstyle. Some look at show and tell as being cope. Meaning, you know, just with Steak and Show and some other decks that are around, you know, it isn't what it was. But with this format that we're working on, turning everything into flash speed, I feel that, you know, we're trying to give it a bit more edge, bring it sort of back into the limelight a little bit more. Certainly, fine-tuning your sideboard will be important. The Mastermind into the approach of the second sun loop is really important, as you saw. Going straight for Tendrils of Agony, is absolutely wonderful. Some things that we didn't use, Peer into the Abyss, going with Emrakul, also we didn't go that route, but certainly it is things that you can do these things. Just a lot of really fun, cool tools that you can use. So, you just sort of tailor to the way that you play and that what you like. So, anyways, we're going to keep on working on this. From time to time, I think I'm going to come back, maybe do a video on that. But by and large, this is sort of where the deck is standing right now. And try it out and see how you like it. As always, shout out to the Senate Discord server, which was created by the Control Guy. Definitely check out his channel. A lot of great stuff, including this show and tell deck as well. Lots of other great decks and ideas, and come join us on the Discord server. We're always coming up with new ideas and having fun, joking around, and it's just a great space for everybody to join and grow. All right, hope to see you there. Bye.